It's always a good time to make sure your home is running at peak efficiency.
That's right, Megan. There are so many small things you can do to improve your house from one that wastes energy and money into a powerhouse.
Today on PowerHouse, we'll share some easy steps you can take to identify areas where energy and dollars may be leaking out of your home.
We'll show you how to fix a variety of issues for little or no cost.
Plus, we'll share some simple changes you can make in your day-to-day life that will cut your energy costs.
In the end, you'll save energy and stretch your energy dollars in your powerhouse. Many of our houses leak energy slowly, sometimes in ways we don't even realize. We're going to help you take a look at your home as a whole system, finding areas that need a tune-up, and to show you low and no-cost ways to improve performance and energy efficiency.
It's always a good idea to start your assessment outside with the exterior of your home. Now, energy can leak through gaps, cracks, and holes, and they can appear in a variety of places. Let's start by walking around the outside of your home and note any gaps or cracks in the foundation or between the foundation and the frame of the house. Examine windows and door casings for loose or missing caulk or weather stripping or other signs of wear or decay that could allow energy to leak out of your house. Take note of areas where utility boxes, pipes, conduit, or vents enter your home to make sure spaces or gaps are not allowing outside air in. Once you have your list of issues, you can create your plan and get some simple supplies to fix them. Often caulk for the small cracks, expanding foam for the larger gaps, and some updated weather stripping materials will do the trick to seal up those sneaky leaks.
Inside, you can do a similar visual inspection. If possible, do it on a windy day with all the windows and doors shut, the furnace off, and the ceiling and all other fans off. On the main floors and living areas, inspect closed doors to the outside for any visible gaps or cracks and feel around the doors for air. Do the same with windows. Also be sure to note any loose window panes. This is a common issue in older homes. And take a close look at the condition of weather stripping and tightness of window seals when latched. Feel around outlets and light switches for drafts. This could indicate an area where outside air is seeping in. In the basement or utility area, take a look at the furnace and any visible ductwork. You want to look for cracks or gaps that need to be repaired. This is a good time to check the furnace filter to see whether it's dirty and needs to be replaced. Here's another trick that might help you identify problem areas where air might be escaping. Light a stick of incense and get the smoke going. Run the stick around doors, windows, switches, or other suspected problem areas. If the smoke is blown in or drafted out, you have an air leak. This is an area that could use weather stripping, caulk, or some other type of sealant to stop the leak. I've got my list. How about you?
I do too. Let's get what we need and get started.
Sounds good.
Do you sometimes feel like there isn't enough air coming out of your register when you're running your air conditioner or furnace? It may be time to change your furnace filter. You should change or at least check your furnace filters every month. If you wait, your dirty air filter could be causing your furnace or air conditioner to work harder than it needs to, wasting energy. And not changing that filter could shorten the life of your furnace or air conditioner. Changing your furnace filter is easy. First, take out the old filter. Get the right size of filter determined by the installer. Look for the airflow direction arrow and make sure that it faces your furnace, and then slide it in. And that's all there is to changing your furnace filter. That's another quick tip from Alliant Energy's PowerHouse.
Fixing cracks in your foundation, sealing around bathtubs, windows, or doors, stopping air leaks or keeping moisture out. Caulk is a valuable tool when it comes to weatherizing your home. But which caulk to use? They come in all different types. Silicone is used best to waterproof areas such as tubs or sinks. It doesn't work so well on surfaces like wood, but it lasts a really long time. Acrylic latex is probably the easiest type of caulk to find. It's meant to fill in cracks and holes and can be painted once it dries. It works well on wood surfaces, dries quickly, and is meant to be used indoors. Vinyl latex can be used outside. Like acrylic, it can be painted once it dries, but it isn't very flexible, so it shouldn't be used where hot and cold temperatures make materials expand and contract. Concrete caulk is just what it sounds like. It looks like concrete and will fill in cracks and expand and contract as the temperature changes. And that's another quick tip from Alliant Energy's PowerHouse. Based on what we found in our inspections, we picked up a few supplies to help weatherize this home and improve the efficiency.
Most of these things cost between $4 and $10, and there's enough product here that we could really weatherize several different areas. Should we get started with the windows?
I'm ready to go.
Before covering the window with film, you'll want to take care of any underlying issues. For example, if any of the panes are loose, that's when you would use sealing glaze.
And if your weather stripping needs to be replaced, clean the sash, and then you'll want to apply a self-adhering weather strip for a snug fit.
Read the directions on the package because every product is slightly different. Clean the surface with a wet rag and allow to dry. Next, we'll apply the adhesive tape around all the edges of the window. Cut the window film if it's too big for your window, allowing an inch or so beyond the frame. Unfold the film and starting at the top of the window, attach the film to the tape and stretch it carefully across the window. An extra set of hands is helpful for this step. Remove the major wrinkles by gently stretching and reattaching the film to the tape. Finally, use a blow dryer to tighten the film as described in the instructions.
Megan, the window looks great.
It does. Nice job, Pete.
Should we tackle the door?
I am one step ahead of you.
All right, let's go. We're going to install a new door sweep. We discovered that air was making its way under the door and causing a draft. Now, Megan's already measured the door and she's cut the door sweep to the right length. The type of sweep we purchased requires no glue or screws. You just slide it on along the edge of the door. Use a block of wood and a hammer to gently tap it into place if needed.
Additional weather stripping can be added around the door frame if you find gaps there as well, and a variety of types are available. So what do you say we divide and conquer? I'll go outside, check some things off my list. You head to the basement.
Deal.
All right. I have the silicone caulk and the expanding foam with me. Now I just found a couple of areas out here that need attention. One is to put caulk around this exterior window frame. We're using silicone caulk because it holds up best for outside use, but work carefully because it's harder to clean up mistakes. If needed, use a putty knife to remove old caulk where it's failing. Next, we'll clean the surface for new caulk. Cut the plastic tip off of the tube at an angle with a utility knife and place the tube of caulk in the caulk gun. Place the angled tip where you'd like to begin the caulk line and squeeze steadily to dispense the caulk along the edge you want to seal. Lay the gun aside on a rag to catch any leaks, but you can also use a nail to plug up the caulk tube between uses. Before the caulk dries, make sure you have a good seal and create a smooth line by running a wet finger down the length of the caulk line. Wetting your finger and a rag with rubbing alcohol will allow you to quickly add this finishing touch, using the rag to keep your finger clean of caulk as needed to achieve the smooth line. Once it's dry, the caulk can be painted. Larger gaps require a different approach and material, expanding foam. You'll see this big spot down here. It looks like it's been done in the past, but we're going to give it a bit of a touch-up. Always read the instructions before trying out a new product. Expanding foam is an irritant, so you'll want to wear protective gloves. As with most of our projects, start by cleaning the area. A dry paintbrush or other type of brush can help you remove loose particles and debris. When it's clean, spray the area lightly with water. This will help the foam to cure evenly. Shake the product thoroughly and using the nozzle provided with the product, insert it into the area to be filled and apply the foam. Bear in mind that it will be more than double in size once applied. Once the area is filled, mist the foam with water. After the foam has cured, excess foam can be cut away with a hacksaw and the area can be sanded and painted as needed.
Here in the basement, I noticed that the hot water pipes weren't insulated. Insulating the hot water pipes is an easy fix. and keeps them from losing heat to the surrounding air as water moves to where you need it in the house. This is especially important in older basements and crawl spaces that aren't well insulated. We're going to use foam pipe insulation. Now you want to make sure you get the right diameter that matches the size of your pipes. After cutting the insulation to the correct length, all you do is slide the foam over the pipes and squeeze it together. If you want a tighter seal, you can use zip ties as well. One note on gas water heaters, it's important to keep the insulation at least 6 inches from the flue. Insulating the pipes can raise the water temperature 2 to 4 degrees, allowing you to lower your water temperature setting. This also helps to save water because you don't have to wait as long for the hot water to reach your faucet. I feel better already.
You know what? I think the house does too, because everybody likes a little TLC now and then. If you'd like additional information about this and other projects and tips, visit our website at PowerHouseTV.com.
Did you know spray foam is a chemical product created by 2 materials, isocyanate and polyol resin, which react when mixed with each other and expand up to 30 to 60 times its liquid volume after it's sprayed in place. This expansion produces a high thermal insulating value with virtually no air infiltration.
Have you ever noticed when you turn off all the lights in your house, there's still a little light around your TV? That's called phantom power, and it's everywhere. Phantom power is the electricity used by your electronics when they're not in use. Each of your electronics uses a tiny amount, but when you start adding them up, the cost can go up fast. How many TVs, computers, chargers, DVRs, and video game systems do you own? For example, take this phone charger. It uses only about 0.26 watts of power when it's not plugged into a phone. But when it's charging a phone, it uses about 2.2 watts of power, even when the phone is fully charged. The Energy Department says phantom power can easily add 10% to your monthly utility bill. So how do you stop phantom power? Well, it's simple. Unplug your unused electronics, or use one of these, a smart power strip. This strip has different plugs designed for different purposes. Some of the outlets are always on. The other ones can be used to switch off power to devices that are guilty of phantom power. Getting your phantom power under control is an easy way to make your house a powerhouse. If you're not a DIY type person, you can still make changes that will have a positive impact on your energy use.
Changing some settings and a few personal habits can mean savings for you. Here are a few things you can do today to keep energy from going down the drain. Turn down the thermostat on your water heater. Many water heaters are set at 140 degrees or higher. Turning it down by just 10 degrees can result in significant savings over time. Now, don't go too low. A minimum of 120 degrees is needed to kill bacteria. You can also reduce hot water usage overall. Try using cold water for your laundry. Your clothes get just as clean, and you're not using loads of energy to heat the water. As an added benefit, your clothes may actually fade less and last longer. Shorten your shower time. Reducing showers by even 1 or 2 minutes can provide surprising savings. You may get in one less chorus of your favorite song, but it will be worth it in the end. Don't let the hot water run while you shave or wash your face. Turn it off and on as you need it. Picture dimes and nickels pouring down the drain, and you'll be motivated to stop the flow. And when you're doing dishes, run the water only when you need to rinse. A constant stream of water in the kitchen is turning those nickels and dimes into quarters and dollars.
Air conditioners and furnaces use a lot of power, but just a small adjustment in your thermostat settings can make a big difference. In the summer, every degree warmer you can tolerate in your house will save you energy and money. If you aren't in your house during the day due to work, that is the perfect time to let your temperature go up a bit. Energy companies, like Alliant Energy, even provide rebates for thermostats to help you with this. In the winter, setting your temperature just 2 degrees cooler can help reduce your winter heating use. Grab a sweater, a comfy throw, and some warm socks, and enjoy a hot cup of cocoa with your savings. Cooler sleeping temperatures have been proven to be healthy for adults, so overnight is a good time to save. Ceiling fans can help you stay comfortable in summer and winter. Set your ceiling fan to blow down during the summer. It provides a cooling effect on the people in the room. In the winter, switch the direction of the ceiling fan and it will move the warm air from the ceiling back into the room. But if there's no one there to feel it, make sure you turn the ceiling fan off.
Kitchen appliances are significant energy users. No, we're not suggesting you abandon your kitchens, but think about these two things. Many of us have a spare refrigerator that we use for extra foods and drink and for refrigeration during parties or holidays. Usually these fridges are older, less efficient, and not as well insulated. Consider unplugging these units during the stretches they aren't in demand. Use your microwave for cooking smaller dishes and reheating food rather than firing up your conventional oven makes a big difference. Microwaves use up to 50% less energy and they cook faster. That's a win-win when it's snack time.
I think parents were some of the first energy conservation heroes. I know you've heard them say things like, turn off the light if you're leaving the room. But now there's another step you can take even when you're in the room. Replacing your 5 most frequently used light bulbs with LEDs could save you as much as $75 a year. The bulbs are a little more expensive to start with, but they quickly pay for themselves with the energy savings. Here's another way to save energy. If you're not using a charger, unplug it. While the amount of electricity each charger draws when not in use is quite small, multiply that by the number of inactive chargers and the number of hours they remain plugged in. Even that tiny amount can add up over time.
We just shared a lot of easy ways to change what you do every day.
We did, Pete, and those small things can add up to big savings. We'll talk about that too, next on PowerHouse. Did you know, if you're in the market for a new, more energy-efficient refrigerator, Alliant Energy Electric customers can have their old working refrigerators picked up and recycled for free. For more information, visit alliantenergy.com. Your water heater uses a lot of energy, so you can have a hot shower and hot water to do the dishes and laundry. You can lower a water heater's energy use by adjusting the temperature. A water heater temperature set to 140 degrees increases the risk of scalding to children and elderly, and it costs you more. If you set the temperature below 120 degrees, it increases the risk of bacteria. So for safety and energy savings, you want to set the temperature at 120 degrees. Some water heaters have temperatures on the dials, but some don't. If yours doesn't, go to the farthest water source away from your water heater and turn on the hot water faucet. Let it get really hot. Take that temperature of the water using a food thermometer. Back at the water heater, mark the temperature dial with a piece of tape and write down the temperature you took. Now turn the temperature dial down and wait a couple of hours so the water in the tank reaches the new temperature. Repeat the process, marking the new temperature on the dial. You may have to do this a few times before settling on a comfortable temperature for you and your family. Lowering your temperature on your water heater could save you up to $60 a year, and even more than that if people in your house like to take long showers. This is another quick tip from Alliant Energy's PowerHouse. Setting aside a couple of hours to make improvements isn't always easy, but it can pay off in big ways.
Making a small investment of time and money in some DIY projects, along with changes in your daily habits, can help turn your house into a powerhouse. Let's take a look at the numbers.
We purchased some basic DIY materials for our projects. While prices can vary from place to place, these are generally the prices for these items without tax.
Our insulating window film kit was about $7, and that covered 2 windows. Add some weather stripping material for a total of about $15 for both. More materials may be needed depending on the number of windows you're working with.
The silicone caulk, caulk gun, and expanding foam we purchased for the outside projects added up to about $20 total. Different brands and styles could be more or less.
For weatherizing the door with seals and a new sweep, we spent about $15.
Pipe insulation is fairly inexpensive. We're estimating our cost for that, plus the zip ties, at around $20.
Less than $75 total. Not bad.
Right? Let's look at the estimated savings for these improvements, along with some other adjustments we can make. Installing weather stripping and caulk around windows and door frames could save you nearly $150 per year.
Washing clothes in cold water instead of hot, $100 in savings per year.
Lowering your thermostat by 10 degrees in the winter and raising it by 10 degrees in the summer saves you $83 per year. Using LED light bulbs in your 5 most frequently used fixtures could knock $75 off your yearly bill.
And if you choose to recycle an old working refrigerator, freezer, or air conditioner, you could see another $115 in your pocket.
And those are just a few of the ways you can save. You know, I'm excited to go home and make some changes myself. I've got some chargers I need to unplug.
I think I may have a few myself, Megan. And if you'd like to learn more about energy saving and dollar saving steps to bring your PowerHouse to peak performance, visit our website at powerhousetv.com. Hey Megan, now we can relax, right?
We totally can. But now it's your turn. It's time to look for energy wasters around your house. Hunt down the problems and eliminate them one by one.
We tackled some pretty big problems with small and inexpensive fixes.
We made some changes in personal behavior that really can impact your energy consumption.
And we added up all the benefits of getting our house's energy use under control. It's definitely worth it.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to visit PowerHouseTV.com for even more energy and cost-saving tips that will help get you on your way to making your house a powerhouse.